Yeah, you gotta fix that intro. Can't stand it.
I will have it next week.
Hold on. He got you the.
All right, we live. So first off, guys, we do have a new overlay and stuff. It will be here next week. The stuff takes time, man. Stuff takes time. It's pretty much the exact same thing you're seeing now. It's just we did change things around. So what's going on, King, man? First off, did you watch the Voyeurs? Let's start with the homework first.
Okay, it's not called Voyages.
Whatever. It's called something.
It's called Voyeurs.
Voyeurs.
Right? And okay, first I was sick ever since Thanksgiving. You too. You were completely under the weather. I think you was under the weather before Thanksgiving, right?
Last Tuesday I was already coughing from whatever I had.
So you got it then. I woke up that Friday morning because I was supposed to do Boom Show, Breakfast with Boom, and I was completely dead. I was wasted, right? And I thought it was the gin from Thanksgiving. Not at all. I was sick. So I didn't get a chance to watch Attack on Titan. And I said I'm gonna watch this movie, and then I go to Amazon Prime. I'm like, yo, what the hell is Addict talking about? Because I put up the Voyages. I had a movie from like 3 years ago. Then I had this other movie. So I'm like, yo, I think it's this movie right here. And then, my girl's like, yo, don't watch it. And you watch the wrong film. And you get in there talking about the wrong film.
Yeah, that would be very awkward. That would be very awkward.
So I was like, yo, let me send it to him. And I told you to take a screenshot and send it to me. And you took a screenshot and you sent it to me. And I was like, that's not even that's not even Voyagers, that's Voyeurs. So I was like, okay. So you want me to set it up? Since being that you saw it first, I can start off. All right, so I'm gonna give y'all the basic premise of the movie. The basic premise of the movie is a young couple, move into a new loft in France together, and it's their new experience. No children, fresh out of school. Um, well, one been out of school for a minute, and they had taken different paths to get to where he was at, and as anyone knows what the word voyeur means, that is to basically be concealed and view other people doing things, right? So, and that's a popular thing in France. How that sits with me, this movie touched a lot of insecurities in me, right? And that's it right there. So I love the actor that played in Pokemon. I love the fact that he's probably like the new young blackface in Disney and in movies and stuff like that. And he was in Jurassic Park, the last one. And he was in like Transformers or something like that. Whatever. But I really like his stuff. This one, I think it was a little bit of a coming of age of him. So I started to watch the film, and like I said, it touched a lot of insecurities in me. One, as a male, a man, relationship wise. Two, as an individual, as that stop snitching stuff. I'm really heavy on that, but also minding your business, right? So this thing, it was like uh, it was like torture watching it. To be honest with you, right? So from the onset of the film, I don't like the girlfriend. I don't like her at all, right? So she comes in and she's super hyper to be here, and he's like, he's like a laid back chill dude. I'm a laid back chill dude. She's too hyper, and her name is Pepper. So she's like pepped up. She's like pep pep pep. She's like she's ready to go all the time. And like the first night they get there, they sitting down and they eating Chinese food, and she's like, "Hey, babe, let's make a deal. No kids for the first 4 years."
That's
I
a
was like,
that
"Thank
that's a
God."
hu- that's a crazy way to start a movie. First off, like
Yeah.
it's just like what I liked about it. Hold up, remember that movie we watched, like Voyagers,
No, Voyeurs.
Voyeurs, the one about the couple that moved into the apartment and they were like stalking the neighbors. Okay, she has short term memory. It's fine.
Yeah,
Okay,
But
so
so what I liked about it is just I like movies that you think you understand what's going on, but you
buddy,
don't.
I didn't understand anything about this film. Not a damn thing. Every time it took a different twist, I was going twisting in the wind with it. And I guess because I was so emotionally heavily invested in hating the girlfriend, right? So he's like through the college years, because she was a shut-in. She studied, she went to school. This is gonna be her life. This is going to be what she's supposed to do. She's a ophthalmologist or something like that, uh, working with the eyes, right? And or assistant. She's moving up the food chain, and she just got out of college. And she tells her whatchamacallit. She tells her man, "I want to live crazy for 4 years." He already did drugs and all that because he was in a band. So this dude wants to chill out, right? So he's here with this girl who's ready to jump off and do everything. And that I'm sitting there uncomfortable with this film addict, and I'm like, what does addict have me watching? And then they see the people across the way.
Yeah, so pretty much this movie's about a couple peeping Tom. Like, and they take this to the next level. Like, we're not talking about just looking at him a couple times. We're talking full blown stalking the neighbors across the street because like they're in like a giant penthouse. Like they're rich.
Well,
Like
it's not a penthouse. Okay, they're not rich. They're well-to-do addict. Like, okay, so I gotta explain to addict, right? Because in New York, a loft downtown, it costs some bucks. It's just like you renting a house, or getting a house. So you say you pay like $3,000 a month, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're paying like $3,000 a month, and that's like 1,500 per person, right? But you got to know, in New York, that's kind of normal, right? So they're in France, probably a little bit different, but everywhere they're at is lofts. So financially, they're well to do. You're right on that part. You're right on that part. Financially, they're well to do, but they're still young. But go ahead, Alex. Sorry.
Yeah, so I don't think we should go too much into the spoiler territory.
I'm not. No,
but
no.
I do recommend you guys like this movie. First off, King, what from watching it, what would you give this in popcorn ratings for our audience that they want to watch the Voyeurs on Amazon? It's an Amazon original.
On Amazon Prime.
Yeah, it's an Amazon original, so you can only watch it on that website. What would you give it in popcorn?
It's an erotica. All right.
It's a good.
Don't watch it with your kids. Don't have kids around. This is an erotica. It's heavily to do with sexual innuendos, sexual overtness, heavily mature situations, very deep thought content.
Question: how'd the wife feel about it? She watch it with you?
She watched it with me.
How'd she feel about it? She like it?
She knew about it because she saw it in the trailers. She saw it before. She figured it out before I did.
Oh, so she figured the twist out.
Yeah,
I didn't figure it out till it happened. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I didn't figure out the final twist.
Because there's like 4 twists in the movie.
Yeah, the final twist. I finally got it by a visual cue they kept showing throughout the film. Because I kept saying, what the hell has that got to do with anything? And I was really pissed off with why they keep showing this thing. And at the end, you'll realize why they show that thing. But again, I went back and forth. I was going to give it a 2-star. I mean, a two popcorn. But then I had to reevaluate and I had to sleep on it. And I said, for the level of ingenuity that they did.
It's a well-paced movie. It is a
very well-paced. Very well thought out in conceptualize and visualization, sound design. And you got to really think this movie is done in only a couple of settings, probably like four different settings, right? Their house, the people's house, her job, and another place or two more places. Very, very short on settings, but very well acted. So I gotta give it a three popcorn just for that. I had to take off 1 popcorn because I can't stand the girl, and I knew she was gonna do exactly what she did and get to where she was. So
I was
real pissed off.
I got to give it. So you give it a 3. Let me do the 3 popcorn. I'm giving it a 4. I feel like they intentionally made you hate that chick because they wanted you to hate her more for the stuff she does in the movie. Like towards like the middle of the movie when she starts going like beyond, like you think
too much.
Yeah, I think that was the intention from the start. Now, I don't like the redemption she got. I felt like she shouldn't have got nothing. It should have ended. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
But I do think this is a good watch. Like, this is like one of those things where I honestly feel like you guys should go check out, man. I think you guys would like it. We're not going to really go too much into it. Now, I think the only time that we'll ever like do real big spoilers is when we do a spoiler movie, like a Marvel movie. I think we're going to do one with the Avatar next month. I think the way we're going to try to maneuver this, because like the way I would like for these to go, King, is like we just watch it. We're recommending stuff to each other, and we get our audience to go watch it too. The Voyeurs, I think definitely something you guys should go watch. I think you guys will enjoy it. And if you guys watch it, tag us on Twitter, man. Tell us how you liked it. Tag us on Twitter. Tell us how you liked it.
I need to hear Dragonheart Yobi's thought on it because I saw him inside the chat. I saw him. I think I Am Cells is in there too. I definitely watched that Cells. That's I'm telling you, is a couple of twists in there. Is one twist in there that I was going to throw the TV remote. I was so pissed off with that twist. Because it really made me really upset. So I should have gave it probably 4 popcorn, but I can't stand it so much, man. So
Yeah, I can understand why someone would give it a 3 popcorn, but I will say it's better than that nonsense you had me watch last week. Like,
you know what? And I'm you're right.
But
It's 100%
what I will
film.
say is that the stuff you had me watch last week isn't a bad movie. I just felt like there were things they did that could have fixed it, and little things.
And this movie didn't have anything that you needed to fix. This movie was really a complete movie. It was probably a great read. And I got to find out if there's a book about it, the Voyeurs, and check the read. What did Dragonheart say?
He said, "I'm watching this tonight, and I will get back to you. This sounds very intriguing." Yeah, that's why because last week when we went into huge detail on the movie, I was just sitting there. I was like, because we broke it down so much, we can't let people experience it. So we'll do better on that. So what I want to do with this is I do feel like we're gonna have to have it about half the show where we're talking about stuff that's going on, kind of like an IOP. We talk about the news and gaming. So I did notice that they're making. First off, we're going to talk about Thor taking a break. Him, what's his name?
Chris Hemsworth.
Chris Hemsworth. Apparently, he's thinking about taking a break. There's been some takeovers going on at Marvel too, or Disney in general.
Well, Disney.
So that's interesting. We'll briefly talk about that. But you know what I saw that I want to talk about? They're making a 90s show. A 90s show? The 70s show, the 90s show?
Yeah.
They're making a 90s show.
That'll be good.
And the trailer has Red. I don't know if you've ever seen the 70s show. It's got 2 older people. It's in Wisconsin, and it's got the...
Yeah, I used to watch the 70s show.
Red looks identical that he looked back then. Like, they're not aging. And apparently, it's Eric's granddaughter that is living with them. So I like stuff like that because it's like I'm curious if they're gonna go back to the old characters in any way. So I'm very interested. It comes out January the 18th. So
man, I'm about to go pay for the new Rick and Morty. I think the new Rick and Morty already hit, so I got to get myself over there to see that. Also, I didn't even check this week to see what came out new on Netflix. So I'm gonna go through the top 10 on Netflix.
Apparently,
top 10 on
they're about to
Max,
launch a Witcher prequel. I don't know if you heard about that. It's a Witcher prequel.
Did you see the Black Panther, the first Black Panther? They're gonna make a series out of the first Black Panther.
No, I didn't.
Oh my God, what's his name?
I don't know too much about comic books and stuff. Was that T'Challa's dad, or was there one above?
This is great grandfather.
Okay.
It's
a Disney Plus movie.
Yes, it's going to be a Disney Plus show. So definitely for a fact that we're going to cover that. Let me find it. It's in one of my chats that I'm in. I'm just like ridiculous.
So I do think we'll break a little bit.
Bashanga.
Bashanga.
Bashanga, the first Black Panther.
Oh, that's going to be interesting. One thing I want to talk about. Oh, he looks crazy.
Yeah.
Yo, that looks more intimidating than the actual Black Panther. So one thing I want to talk about a little bit is I want to talk about what you consider the top 3 actors in history are.
In history?
Yeah. And that's, let's say that's, yeah, let's say, your top 3 actors. Top 3 actors.
For me. Wow. James Earl Jones.
Okay, hold up. I'm going to have to Google these people because some of them I don't know.
Well, James Earl Jones is Darth Vader's voice. They just didn't use his face. So when they took the mask off, me as a kid was like, "Oh hell no!"
Yes, Sam.
I said, I said, "Oh man," I was crazy mad because I was like, "Yeah, Darth Vader black and he made a little white baby," but it ain't true. So they had the other guy, but he had James Earl Jones' voice. I love James Earl Jones. Uh, I gotta go with Al Pacino.
Al Pacino.
Al Pacino started a revolution in rebellious entrepreneurship by any means necessary from where I grew up. If you wasn't trying to be Scarface, you wasn't trying to live right. So Al Pacino inadvertently yeah, Al Pacino inadvertently did
So
so much
when I look
damage and so much good at the same time.
when I look at like actors, I look at like a variety of acting. Like there's
Yeah.
actors that do stuff really good, and I feel like there's actors that do everything good. I would actually consider like one of the best actors is Johnny Depp, because like that dude could put himself in a variety of roles. It didn't matter. Like
He's
for the
like
most
Clay.
part, he can literally jump in any role. I've seen him in action ones, suspense. He was in stuff like The Secret Window. He's done action adventure like Pirates of the Caribbean. Like I think Dwayne Johnson's a good actor, but there's
Yeah.
only certain things he can do.
Well, he can do the same face.
That's what I meant. Like, there's only certain things he can do. He can never, like, look at someone like what's man, what is him? What's that actor called?
Well, I'm gonna give you my top 3, and then
Denzel
other
Washington. He's one of them too. He can play
he's not in my top 3.
He can play. No, I'm talking about people that just play really good.
He can play really good roles if you give it to him.
Yeah, I heard he's not easy to work with either.
No, he's not, because every perfectionist has a problem. But I'm gonna go with Robert De Niro to round out my 3. Taxi Driver is one of my quintessential films. If you've never seen Taxi Driver, I urge everybody to get up, go out, and go check it out. Get up, go right to your living room, hit your PlayStation or your Xbox.
Yeah, right. I actually, that's the dude from the casino stuff, right?
Yes.
He. And what's funny is like, they kind of low key do him dirty, where it's like anything Italian, we got Robert in there, we got to get him in there. Obviously, he does that really well. You don't really see him in anything that's not like that mob style type of movie. Obviously, he's been in stuff like Meet the Fockers and stuff, but I personally feel like, he's a good, well-rounded actor. Let me.
Have you ever seen Heat?
I feel like I have.
That's with Robert De Niro and Al Pacino.
Actually, how do you feel about Brad Pitt? You think he's a good actor?
I love Brad Pitt. I thought Angelina Jolie sucked the soul out of him. Pause. I think, you know why? I was so mad because I thought Troy for a very long time, because I was heavily into Roman film, Roman stuff like that, and for a long period of time, I thought Troy was the stand alone. I mean, because I've watched all of them. I watched Spartacus. I watched all those films, and I thought Troy stood alone. And I said, "This is it. This is his joint. This is his jumping off point. This is him." Then along comes this succubus, and after they did Mr. and Mrs. Smith, cut his wings. He can do movies.
You don't really see him in too many movies anymore, do you?
But,
you know who I like, and I know he's like a very one-dimensional actor. I like the dude who played Lex Luthor in Batman versus Superman. Like, I didn't like him in that role, but I liked him in Social Social Network, the movie about
Yeah.
Facebook being made.
You talking about the dude as Rob Zuckerberg?
Yeah, he just, I like that the energy he gives out in those like when he plays that type of role. Like, he's definitely a one-dimensional actor. You don't really see him in too many variety of different stuff. But it's interesting. Let me give.
So what's your top 3? You got mine. What's yours?
I would have to say, I don't know. I used to be a huge fan of Edward Norton, but I feel like he kind of went downhill. But I would have to say Denzel Washington's one of my top 3. I don't know if I can give you the top 3 like in order, but I would have to say
it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Just
Denzel
3.
Washington's one of them because I don't know too many movies that's a bad movie with him in it. Maybe it's because he's so selective on what he picks. But I would actually say that he plays a really, really good roles. How you feel about Leonardo DiCaprio? Leonardo DiCaprio. I think
Leonardo DiCaprio. See, if you'd have told me my top 5, Leonardo DiCaprio is in my top 5. And that
very three-dimensional actor, can do almost anything you could throw him in. And I honestly think that The Departed is one of the best movies that's ever been made. Like The Departed.
The Departed, yeah. Mm-hmm. But mine was Wolf of Wall Street.
Wolf of Wall Street, man. I love that movie, man.
That solidified him. And when he was on the floor and he took that hit of cocaine, he's like, oh!
You know what I love in Wolf of Wall Street? When he gets home and he thought he drove home without wrecking into anything, and the cops show up and he hit everything.
He hit everything.
Yeah, I really like that. I would actually, Leonardo DiCaprio is my top 3. One of my top 3.
You know what? Let's see Bullet Train.
Bullet Train.
That's Brad Pitt's movie that it should be on. Find out where it's at. If it's on something or whatever, we just pay for it and get reimbursed or whatever. But Bullet Train.
Oh, I see it.
What is it on?
Let me. I'll look that up in 1 second. Let me throw another one out to you, man. How you feel about Marky Mark? What's Mark Wahlberg?
No,
you don't like him? I don't know, man. I'm a little.
No. Mark Wahlberg is a smart actor. He made a transition, but is he diverse? No, he's as diverse as Sylvester Stallone. And if you want to give me Sylvester Stallone, I'll take some. Don't give me Sylvester Stallone light. I'll take Sylvester Stallone heavy any day. Jonathan Majors, what do you think about him?
Jonathan Majors, hold on, let me.
That's the dude that's playing King the Conqueror. Did you see the Loki series on Disney Plus?
Yes. I'd have to. I don't think. What's his name?
Jonathan Majors. See Lovecraft Country.
Jonathan.
That guy's crazy.
Yeah, I know I've seen him in movies before, but sometimes like you don't realize who these. Like I didn't know that Daryl from The Walking Dead was in Blade 2 for years.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So. Yeah,
but he didn't blow up until he got over to The Walking Dead.
Yeah, which that's debatable if he's a good actor or not.
I cannot wait to see Creed 3 just because of Jonathan Majors.
Yeah, I see him. He's been in a couple pretty decent movies.
Yeah, that boy, he's out of control.
Yeah. So okay, Bullet Train. Is that what your thing is this week? Bullet Train.
Bullet Train.
All right.
Something we both didn't see, but something that's very current and something that has an actor in it that we both really think very highly of that didn't get enough shine. To be honest with you,
Brad.
So
Bullet Train. All right. So.
Shout out to my wife for texting me because I was like, "Yo, we need a movie. We need a movie now." So
yeah. So all right. So
thank you, Boo Boo.
Let's get on to the news, man. First off, it's gonna take us a little bit of getting used to. What's funny? I was about yesterday. I was looking like, where do I even look up TV and movie news? Like, I don't. I'm so used to the gaming stuff. Like I follow gaming YouTubers and, podcasts. It's YouTube. I don't look up anything when it comes to movies. I had to call my friend Tyler up. I'm like, yo, Where do I look for news, man? Like, what's going on in the news world? That's how I found out about the 90s show. Because I started clicking these websites that gives you, like, updates and stuff on stuff. And I'm like, clearly I'm going to have to do a little research before these shows. Because, we gotta keep up with stuff going on. First off, let's talk about the Disney takeover stuff. Inform me on what's going on.
That was, okay, so the old CEO took over the job and they did it like a coup. And like in the middle of the night, he found out on Twitter that he got fired and the old CEO was back in the position. So they got rid of the old CEO. So the new CEO was there and they got rid of the old CEO. They brought him back and got rid of the new one and reinstated him back into the position. It's just, he needs to get the money back up because profitability is down at Disney Plus, which is weird. But HBO Max, that's done, right?
Oh, that's done?
Yeah, that's done this year. It's done this year. They're gonna do something else and fix it. James Gunn, the dude that did Guardians of the Galaxy, is what you doing? The dude that did Guardians of the Galaxy 1, 2, and 3 is now the head of Warner Brothers.
Oh, that's weird. I don't know.
No, he's going to give them good direction.
I didn't really like Guardians of the Galaxy 2 and 3. Like, I thought 2 was okay. I enjoyed the first one, though. I will say I enjoyed the first one.
You don't like the second one?
That's the one with his dad, right?
Yeah. That one made me cry. He said,
I have to get back to you on that, man. I think it's one of those things.
See, I got daddy issues, though. You don't. So he goes, he's your pops, but he ain't your daddy. And he gave him, he saved his life and gave his life for his. I'm sorry, man. I mean, he chose to support this kid. They abducted the wrong kid. He chose to support the kid, And then
what's funny
is story for me.
It's like one of those stories where they make someone be real hard at the beginning, and then throughout a couple movies they start softening him up. Maybe it's because I saw that as a cop out. Like, that's just the easy thing to do, to get rid of his character by him sacrificing himself. Because it's not like I haven't seen that in 1,000 different things.
At the end, his team came back for his redemption. He got redemption in his death.
Yeah, okay. I'll give you that.
Ravager showed up for him
at
his funeral.
I'll give you that.
And they gave him a Ravager send-off.
I'll give you that because they said that he would never have a Ravager send-off.
Yep, and they was there. They was like, yeah. And his boy, the crazy dude. His boy was like, they showed up. I'm such a huge nerd that the original dudes that Sylvester Stallone was with, those are the original Guardians of the Galaxy from the comic books. If anybody wants to go back and look at it.
That was another good series, The Expendables. I like those movies.
Yeah. It was fun.
So now that this dude's came back, what's going on now? Like,
prices are going to be raised over at Disney.
do you think that's going to change anything drastically, or do you think for the
money wise?
Well, what do you mean money wise? Like, I'm kind of curious.
They're gonna raise the subscription fee. They're gonna diversify on how they roll it out. They're gonna do a little bit more.
How are they not making
programming
money though?
Huh?
They're making billions off almost every movie they do. At least,
but you also understand the production that goes into it, the cost of fees and paying. That's why when you watch a Disney film or a Marvel movie, at the end the credits is like 10 minutes long. All those people gotta pay.
They said that I think they spent $400 million on I think that it was Endgame, and they made like $2 billion.
I think they made more than that.
So to me, it's just like, they got to be wasting mad money. Like, besides,
there's a lot of shows in production though.
Yeah, you don't think Disney Plus pays for that eventually?
I don't know. We'll figure it. I don't
They
ever
said they
worry
have
about
like
big
60.
corporations.
They said they had like 69 million subscribers.
No, they had
Hey,
when they hit
chat, look up on Google how many subscribers Disney
when they
Plus
hit the
got.
50 million mark, they said that they were just getting ready to break even. So, excuse me. I don't know. I figure that they're going to raise the cost of Disney Plus. So I encourage everybody go out right now and extend it to as far as you can before they raise the price on it. Because if you're doing month to month, it's gonna hit you. And just relax and enjoy the ride because there's a lot of shows that should be showing up and should be popping up right now.
Disney reported results of the final quarter of 2022 fiscal year today, revealing a total of 164 million Disney Plus global subscribers.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, there's no way they're not paying for those TV shows. Like, I get that they cost money, but 164 million? And let's be real here, King. The only thing those shows really got is a bunch of Disney Plus stuff, like their Disney catalog, and the stuff that and these Marvel and these Marvel and Star Wars stuff they're putting in there. They don't got much more than that.
These dudes is going crazy right now for the Mario trailer.
I haven't watched it. Have you?
I haven't seen it either.
And see, I would live react it with King, but it's just like, look, like here's the thing. If I had to go to Cognito and explain to him why we got copyright
strike. We're not going to do that.
And why we can't do IOP anymore until the strike is lifted. It's gonna be very, very hard conversation. All right.
No, I'm not. We're not gonna do that. We all here know how Nintendo is. So, again, have fun watching the trailer. I'll talk about it later on Twitter.
And plus, we are going to redo the Patreon and the members stuff. We might put stuff like that behind the members and Patreon stuff because I know it's a lot easier to maintain back then. So, we might do something on Patreon where if you want to see our reaction to certain things, then we'll put that on there. Because at Patreon, you're not going to snipe us on YouTube.
They can't.
But
you guys know, y'all know, Microsoft doesn't care if we, do their trailers and stuff like that. Sony, to a large extent, really doesn't really hit people. Nintendo hits each and every last person.
Yeah, especially, they're a lot better with games now, but I don't know how they're going to be with that. Yeah, and it's not worth
we're still
trying,
working the kinks out of this, brother.
Yeah, and plus we still got stuff going on here. We did make some significant changes to the overlay you see now. This is pretty much like for the next 3 to 4 months, we're going to be moving the show constantly. Like, okay, this works, this doesn't work. IOP took years before we had a good, format. Yeah, you know what's funny, King? People think when it comes to podcasts, all you got to do is show up. Like, no. There's a lot that goes into podcasts that no one sees.
Let me tell you something what Addict does, because everybody thinks that I do a whole bunch. Addict does a lot.
I stayed up to 2 a.m. last night doing shorts.
He does a lot, a hell of a lot. All right, so I'm really a concept guy. I can go and I can come up with this, see how the overlay looks, and I can go up with a whole bunch of stuff. Everybody has a different talent, so it's very hard to emulate his talent. He can't emulate my talent. I can't emulate his talent, and we can't emulate Cog's talent, and we don't emulate Sovereign's talent, right? So at the end of the day, we let the weight hang on Sovereign, and we just hit him up like, yo, we need that. But yeah, no, it's not easy, guys. So, okay, what else? So we did our best actors, and we talked about the movie. I gave it 3, you gave it 4.
Yeah. But we're gonna watch Bullet Train.
This week.
That will be, but I still need those 6 episodes of Attack on Titan.
I'm gonna watch it. I was just really sick, man. I was taking so much medicine, and the medicine was really out of control. So, but I was like laid out. So.
Oh, I feel you. I was sick too, man. Like The good thing is I didn't have nothing to watch.
Guess you watched yours, but now you do. So,
Yeah, Bullet Train will be good.
yeah, I'm probably watch that tonight and go right to bed because it's almost dinner time anyway. So
yeah, and plus I was thinking like what we can do for like big shows, is, we obviously when big movies come out, we're gonna have a show dedicated to just that. Once we feel more comfortable talking about things, we'll incorporate that. What I do want to do is, because I've had this Voyeurs thing up in the middle, is I want to have that eventually just rotated as just the logo over and over again. And then when I need to use that real estate, I'll put it in there. It's going to take a little bit of time, but the good thing is it's nice to talk about something that's not gaming. I'm gonna be real
I didn't feel like talking about no video games at all. Especially, what I've been playing all week, so not gonna happen.
Plus,
but
we could save that for ILP too.
Hell yeah.
And this week's gonna be interesting. I got to finish the Pokemon review I'm doing. It's not gonna be highlight. The Pokemon community king are about to come at me. They're about to come at me. They're gonna look under every rock. They're gonna look under everything they can get until they find me. Because I'm gonna upset some people.
Tell them put on Addict Go and try to find you.
You know what I actually think that for people that like anime, that My Hero getting good, man. I don't know people in the chat that likes anime, but My Hero has been hitting hard.
My Hero
Academia. It's pretty much like.
No, I think I know that. That's the one where they get a different power or something like that.
No, pretty much My Hero is 80% of the world has powers. They call them quirks. And only 20% don't have them. So when you have 80% of the world, you have all these heroes coming together to make like agencies to protect people because there's so many people that have them.
Like One Punch Man.
Well, I don't like One Punch Man. I don't know why I don't like One Punch Man.
I'm an addict for that.
Now, pretty much the main character, his name is Deku. Well, and they have a ranking, King. They have like the top 10 heroes, and number 1 is this hero named All Might, and he's pretty much One Punch Man. but he's fast. He's built he's huge. He's huge, and you find out that All Might can give his powers to people.
Ooh.
It was pretty much he passes the torch to other people when he's done. So what ends up happening is Deku is quirkless. He doesn't have a quirk. And his whole imagine being the 20% of the world that don't have quirks.
But he can give him power.
All Might like pretty much what happens is Deku doesn't have powers and one of his classmates in the first episode's getting attacked.
Right.
And he doesn't have a quirk. And he goes in there to save him without a quirk. And you have but All Might, pretty much what happens is All Might was injured. They say all this in the first episode, so it's not really spoiling anything. All Might's injured, and eventually he's going to lose his powers. He's going to, because he can only maintain them for like 30 minutes a day at this point. So he knows he's going to have to give it to someone eventually, but he's deciding who. And Deku, when he had no quirk, walks into someone that has powers, that has one of his classmates, and All Might was like, this dude is going to run out there knowing he's probably going to die just to protect someone. So he ends up giving his powers to Deku. And what's funny is Deku is small, like a fraction of the size that All Might is. So Deku can only use 5% of his strength. Because once he gives it to him, he's using 5%. So pretty much King, when he gets All Might's powers, he goes to the entrance exams, which is pretty much like the classroom thing where everyone's deciding. And the first time he uses All Might's powers, he breaks his arm, like shatters it. It's going like this because he doesn't know how to contain the power. It's way too strong for his body. And so he can only use 5% without his arm doing this. And no, like King, it gets worse. There's times in the show where his like all his limbs are doing this because the only way he knows.
He heal?
No, he does not heal. Like there's a chick there that kisses you, it heals you. It's another chick with powers.
Keep this chick next to him.
No, it's the nurse of the school that has the ability when she kisses you on the forehead, it heals all your injuries. So like pretty much like if he at the beginning if he uses any of his powers, he's like not breaking. His arm is shattered. Like it's doing this. Like
okay, so wait. That's in what is it at? That's in Crunchyroll?
Yes, that's in Crunchyroll.
Okay.
But Attack on Titan's your assignment, not
okay.
We got to get you to the good episodes of Attack on Titan, then we'll work on My Hero.
All right.
So that's pretty much the show, guys. It's like I said, it wasn't a long show. There's not a lot going on right now, unfortunately. There's not a lot of shows. Power's over.
I gotta watch that.
It was good.
I gotta finish Power.
I liked it.
You liked it, right? See, and you saw the new trailer for BMF too, right?
No, what is that?
You didn't see the new trailer for the new BMF?
I don't know what that is.
Wait, you didn't see BMF the first series?
I don't know what BMF is. You don't have to stop abbreviating. Just tell me.
No, Black Mafia Family.
No, I didn't see that.
It's BMF. It's on the same thing as Power.
No, I didn't see that.
Okay.
So who's that about? Who's that about?
Okay, well, Big Meech. Okay.
I watched the Tommy show.
That's cool. You're heavily invested into Power. I get it. I'm heavily invested into Power too. I gotta see Tommy's joint. I gotta see Force. They didn't bring back his son yet, right?
Yes, his son has their own show. It's called.
No, the next one because didn't they do like
season 2? There's 2 seasons of his son.
Okay, so I saw the second season.
I haven't seen the second season.
Okay, I think I did.
I saw both of Kane's. I love Kane's show. Kane is a good
Raising
character.
Kane. I gotta see the next Raising Kane. That's the one I was at. I had to see that one. All right, so BMF. Now, okay, those stuff is fictional, right? BMF is real.
Okay.
Now they're gonna give you a little bit of twist on some of the stuff that was going on in Meech and Black Mafia Family's life, but this is real events based on true facts that was detailed in the federal archives and from testimonies and stuff like that from the people. And actually Meech, who's in prison right now, his son is playing his role, who is doing a damn good job, to be honest with you, of playing Meech. Watch BMF. You're going to be heavily addicted to that. If you like Power, you're going to like it a lot.
Yeah, I'll look up a trailer when I get. I'm gonna look up a trailer on this Mario movie too. We're gonna have to do a spoiler cast on the Mario thing. We're just gonna have to. Like,
you know what we should do? We should do a whatchamacallit, like a live straight to Twitter something that doesn't involve the channel.
That's in the movies, isn't it?
What you talking about? I thought you were just talking about the trailer.
No, I was talking about doing a spoiler cast on that when it does come out.
On the movie?
Yes.
Yeah. That's in the movie.
We can't. We'll figure out something to do with that. But I appreciate everyone for coming through, man. Anything else you want to talk about real quick? Yeah, no, I will watch BMF. I will watch BMF.
All right, so you got BMF and I got Attack on Titan.
Yeah, 6 episodes.
Guys.
Up to episode 6. That's what it was. Up to episode 6. All right. See you guys.
Bullet Train.
Bullet Train. Yes.